Hey guys, what's up? Eddie Aho here with KissAnalog.com. Today what I want to do is I'm making this video. It's going to be one of those things where you want to jump on this if you're interested in a high-end meter like the Fluke 189. That's the best multimeter Fluke ever made in my humble opinion. I love this meter. Right size, all the great functions. Far better than the 87. I think even when Fluke released this, they said 7 more functions than the 87, something like that. I should look up that terminology they used. But anyway, has decibels, which the 87 doesn't. Does high counts, fast. Just a great meter. Better display, all the good stuff you want. But it's not available anymore, right? Well, there's another meter that's not available anymore. And I bought it on sale. Let's see which one. One of these boxes is open. All right, this box is open. So I bought 2 of these meters because I was going to do a giveaway back then. And I got such a great deal on these. I couldn't believe it. I mean, finding a high-end meter under $100. I couldn't believe it. What was happening was Amazon, I guess, had been working with CEM on a bunch of multimeters for their Amazon commercial line. And man, this guy comes with a pack, temperature probe, nice probes, a bunch of different power things for different countries. Charge, because it has a charger, because it has a rechargeable battery. I mean, that's the one thing 89 wanted, right? Now, look at the size of that. This guy just feels great. If you like the sizes of, say, the Fluke 115, 117 kind of meters, that's what this is more like. I don't have one here right now. Well, here's the Hioki, if you know that meter. It's about that size, right? But this meter has a color display, super nice. I'm going to bring the camera over. I'm just going to show you this stuff. But just to tell you the story is this is a high-end meter. It has 50,000 counts. That means it has a lot of digits, right? Just like the Fluke there. So color display. Really nice. Does graphing, data logging, does things that this one doesn't do. This one has an IR port, which was nice, but you have to have the IR reader and all that kind of stuff. This has Bluetooth. Yeah, we're 2024, right? Actually, this came out a while ago. I want to say CEM started making these 9 years ago, something like that, where this meter is like over 20 years old, right? Then they stopped making it. There. Anyway, this one right here, they made it for Amazon, like I said, and then Amazon had that great sale. So I was going to do this big video, show you guys a great meter you could get at such a great price. And then I couldn't find it in stock anymore. And I realized, oh, they were just putting the last few meters on sale just to get rid of their stock. Okay, so this meter is also sold under the Southwire brand and Peak Tech. So Peak Tech sells it for like over $500 US, okay? It's a nice meter. The reason I'm doing this video right now is I was going to wait because I had some design videos I was putting out, but I needed to do this video because I did some research just to see, because I found out about the Southwire brand. So I bought one. And I want to show you guys the Southwire, okay? But you might be wondering what this big box is. I'm going to show you what's in that, okay? So you can still get them, and just like Amazon, Southwire is putting them on sale. They're trying to get rid of them. So use my links down below, okay? Because I went out and found a bunch of links for you, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, and it'll help me a little bit. There's eBay links where they're really low cost. There's also an Amazon link, which I believe on Amazon it's like $166, which is still a steal for this meter. Data logging, graphing, rechargeable battery, 50,000 counts. It has a 10 kilohertz bandwidth. We're going to check that, okay? Because I think I checked it once and it went way well over that. So we're going to check that. But 10 kilohertz, most multimeters only go up to about 1 kilohertz where they roll off, right? They just don't read that high frequencies. This guy has a really fast ADD processor, so it also catches glitches at 250 microseconds wide. That's not very much, right? That's a quarter of a millisecond. So really fast capture at max, min, average reading. Really neat stuff. Super nice meter. Reads capacitors up to 10 millifarads. Okay. It's also UL certified, so safety certified. ETL has this stuff right here. Okay. And it has a thumb screw for the battery. Literally, if you have a thumbnail, you can actually turn it half turn and take the battery out. So I'll show you that too. Some people online thought, oh, like the Southwire, you can't get the batteries for it anymore. So they gave me the negative check mark. Well, that wasn't fair because you can find it. It's on Amazon. Maybe they were looking for a Southwire brand replacement battery, but you know, when you look at the battery, like a lot of batteries, they're just commercial items that are readily available for different types of products, right? And since CEM is a gigantic manufacturer of instrumentation, multimeters and stuff, they make different products that use the same rechargeable battery. So you can find them on Amazon and find them as low as around 20 bucks. So, I mean, if you're worried that you're gonna wear out your battery, now you can see the Southwire came with the same case that I got with the Amazon commercial that I showed you. Okay, we got some features back here. So let's bring the camera over. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna open up, show you what's in this box. Let's do that. Okay. Packaging material. Oh, wow. Okay. It's original box. I wasn't expecting that. All right, guys. Look at that. Southwire box. Quantity, 2 pieces. I got a really great deal on these. Now, this is a Southwire 15190T. And it's called the Maintenance Pro. Okay? So let's open this guy. Look at that. There you go. So I got these for the less than the cost of a normal high-end meter. So I got 2 for the price of, well, for less than the price of what you'd expect. So, yeah, we're going to have to do a giveaway, right? These are nice meters, guys. Really nice meters. So, dynamic display, high-res color display, data logging, true RMS, up to 10 kilohertz too, right? The category 3, category 4, safety certified, UL listed. That means you can always go to UL and look up the listing and actually see the report on the meter. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So they do look a little bit different than the Amazon, right? Different color scheme, obviously. So they have the brown black versus black on black. We're going to see what other differences there are. You know, there could be like a software firmware difference between the two. I'm going to bring the camera over. We're going to take a close look. We're going to open up one of these bad boys and compare it to the Amazon. All right? All right, let's do it. You know, I might just hold the Fluke 189 next to it just so you can kind of see what it looks like next to that. So, okay, so a little correction here. The Amazon meter doesn't look like it has Bluetooth. I don't know why it did. The other ones do. So, yeah, there's probably going to be some other differences. I noticed on the back of the Southwire it says 5,000 microfarads, and in the book for this one it says 10,000. So we're going to see what differences there are, okay? If you're wondering who Southwire is, they've been around for a long time. It's an American electrical company, as a matter of fact, since 1950. Trusted since 1950. So yeah, they've been around for a long time. And you know what? I was reaching underneath my bench here because I just remembered I had this guy. So it's got a little light up there. It says warning. I think it's a temperature meter. Okay, has low Z. So this is a nice meter too. Right there, safety certified. It has the UL listing. Okay, so you can always check, look up the UL listings to see who's actually listed. And these all have this UL listings as well. So, all right, let's open them up, or let's take a closer look, okay? All right, guys, I pulled it out of the package here. there's the meters. Of course, they're same size and everything. Now, this knob, I noticed it had kind of some white. You know, it looked like it was, I don't know. It looks like this white kind of stuff is rubbing off really easily. And I noticed on the brown too. And it looks like it comes off really easy. I'm kind of wondering if it's just outgassing from this plastic or something. If you guys know what that is, or I don't know if it came from the factory that way. I imagine it looked, but anyway, yeah, it looks like it comes right off, so it's gonna clean up really nice. That's good, because I thought maybe, yeah, it looks like it comes off really easy. Okay, so now I've left a little, maybe I should peel off the display on both these meters. Well, for sure on this one, because you can't even see it with it on there. We've got a battery in here, just like on this one, okay? All right, guys, so let's just take a look at the meters here. Just kind of look them over, see what they look like. There's some differences, right? There's this pattern here versus the Southwire, kind of raised lettering with their symbol here. Now the back of them, the rubber here is very heavy, dense, so it's going to hold your leads. You got the magnetic holder there too. That looks really strong. Now there's a UL ETL listing, and that's what it kind of looks like on the inside. It's just, you can't really read it unless you get close. This one here, I noticed, as you bring it up, they have kind of a sticker in there. Well, yeah, I think it's a sticker that lands on top of this thing. And, you know, that's a new symbol for me, this green thing. Okay, this little green thing's for energy efficient certified. That's interesting. 7.4 volt lithium ion, 10 amp battery, and a 800 milliamp battery. That's what that says in there. Okay, so you can see the little thumb screw. If I can do this without breaking my thumbnail off. So there's a little lock or unlock thing there showing you which one you know, how you point it down to lock or unlock it. And then that's what the compartment looks like. So you see your 10 amp fuse, and then the 800 milliamp fuse. I wonder if I can pull this off. I wonder if I need to stick some test leads down there. But it's hiding behind this little plastic cover. So, but anyway, so I don't know if that's just extra isolation, protection, or whatever. But there's 3 little prongs here for your battery. Other than that, it looks like it's kind of isolated from your PCB board. And it's a nice deep compartment. You can see these walls. Oh look, there's little store IDs, so you can't steal it. But yeah, you can see these deep walls here. So there's these 2 wheels. I think it says kind of plastic it is. This one up here has numbers from 14 to 19, and it's pointing at 18 or just off 18, it looks like. And this one here has numbers from 1 to 12 and is pointing to 9. So let me know in the comments below what that means for plastic. I guess I can look it up, but anyway, there's your little wheel. And I guess if you damage it, you can replace it by taking that little cover off. All right, so what else? You get this bag, and unlike my Amazon one, it actually has this sewn in Southwire. So that's kind of a nice touch, right? And other than that, it looks like the same bag. Okay. Now this bag, just show you what it looks like on the inside. It has a pouch here, elastic band, okay? And then it also has this little charging port, okay? You plug it over there, so you have to have the dial in the off position to plug this into your meter, okay? So you plug it in like yay, and that locks that in place so you can't be trying to read something when you're doing it. And then you charge right here. And this is your power cord for that. Looks like it's plenty long. Yeah, warning, do not turn knob when charging. Well, yeah, you can't, right? So, all right. And then you also get your temperature probe, okay? And you notice it has the type K type of coupling thing. Hold on a sec, I just found something. So here's the thing that it plugs into, okay? You make sure you get plus to plus, or else you'll be reading wrong temperature. So anyway, I don't think it damages anything, just reads the wrong temperature. And here's your battery. It says it's a 1200 milliamp hour battery, 8.88 watt hours, and it has Southwire name on it. That's why maybe that threw people. But if you just look up, anyway, I'll leave a link for battery replacements below too. Check this out. I did not get this with my Amazon. So Southwire. So you actually get the magnetic holder. That's really cool. Look at that, guys. It's a nice magnet. So you can put it on things like that and hang it off this edge. You can, you know, whatever. But it has a little opening up here too, so you can put a strap on there and whatever. But yeah, here's your little buckle that you put around your meter. So that's pretty cool. You know, so it comes with the meter, right? And then inside, other than this pocket, this part's just an open compartment. And then you get your test leads. Now guys, these test leads are actually pretty nice. Here, let me open them up. See how they just fall down? You know, there's some other meters that you've seen me show here that they keep their shape. Like, look at that. I can straighten them right out. So these are, from what I understand, the PVC, you can mix them with another compound and it either makes it stiff, like some people's leads are, if you know what I'm talking about, or else it doesn't. Now, you know what's interesting about this? Look at that. You know those little caps you always throw away? They came on the temperature probe, right? These little caps. But look at that. They forgot to put them on these leads. And so they kind of got smushed sitting in the box like that. That's why they use them, guys. So let's see. Still fits on the meter, no problem. Now, when you put them on here, they fit in nice and snug, okay? Not because they're bent, but even the ones for the Amazon, they fit nice and snug. Same leads I got with Amazon, looks like. Okay, it's kind of a soft, grippy. It says it's a TL99-1. So, and that's for your Cat 2. You have to have this on to make it Cat 3 or Cat 4, okay? And these aren't going to fall off easily, okay? Not like some of them that you can flip off. And these are sharp, too, okay? These are very sharp. They look like nickel plated, maybe. Not sure. I think that's kind of a common method. But anyway, there you go. So the test leads, also this part of them's grippy, so you can grip them really well. Yeah, and they still have that kind of deformed thing on there. I've got some extra caps. Maybe I'll put an extra cap on there, or maybe I'll just stick them in the meter and when they warm up or whatever. It's kind of chilly in my lap still, so that's probably part of the reason. Still on the stiff side, but yeah, here's your thing. There's a bunch of information here, and then here's the manual. You can see the UL listed mark, Cat 3, Cat 4, 600 volt Cat 4, 1000 Cat 3. Some meters are only 600 volts for Cat 3. So, and then the manual's nothing fancy, but it's a manual and tells you what you need to know. You know, it's laid out well enough that it's in a bunch of different languages, so you don't have to worry about reading all this. There's Southwire's tools information on the back. That pocket, that's what it kind of looks like. And so you can put your probes in like that. You know, keep all this stuff in the little pouch. One thing I noticed, because this is sold in the US versus the Amazon one, is I had all kinds of different attachments with my Southwire. Like this one's a US made one. So that's actually kind of nice, because the one I got for Amazon was like this. Same port there. Well, I guess they actually took off some of that stuff. That's just, you know, extra place to kind of remind you that it has all that. But this one has the same approvals. Now, it doesn't have the green sticker on it. Not sure what that's all about. But you see this guy here? So you can push this in, pop this off, and so the Amazon one came with that guy, that one, and that one. That's a big guy. Jeez, that's monstrous. That makes me feel like I need lots of power. But anyway, yeah, there you go. and then the 2 little prongy for the US. And you notice these other ones, like there's no grounding lug, so it's just 2 wire. You know, I just thought I'd put the battery in front of the camera here so you can kind of see. It has the 3 prongs up there, they mate to that, so just kind of show you how it fits in there. And I can tell that it looks just like the Amazon one, and just like the ones I found on Amazon replacements. But yeah, there it sits just in there like that. Oops. When you put this door in, you have to kind of tilt it down, and then it snaps in place here. I'm going to take that little store ID, that magnetic thing, out of there. Yeah, we don't need that, right? And I think it's kind of keeping the battery from fitting really square. So we'll take that out of there. Let's see if it makes a difference. Yeah, it does. So you do want to take that out of there. Then it fits nice and square. Alright guys, so let's go peel this thing off. And you know what, before I peel it off, maybe I'll, if that's focusing, I'm bringing it in here so you can kind of see what, you know, what they're showing you there. Just part of the advertising, marketing. Okay, and then you just grab that thing, peel it off. Okay, let's turn it on. Let's see what this display looks like. Bring the camera up close. Ooh, it has a Southwire symbol. That was cool. Yeah, that was pretty neat. Way to go, CM. So, alright guys, so let's turn these meters on. Whoops. I was going to set them in the same spot. One thing I like right off the bat, I like that there's a color inside this. This thing here, you could take a, you know, I don't know, fingernail polish or something like that to paint inside of that thing, just to make it more obvious. I mean, I guess the shape of this is pretty obvious too. So maybe not a big deal. Anyway, I do like the color of that. So by the way, I took a wet cloth and I kind of wiped it down, and a lot of that, you know, whitish film came off. So I feel like even in the dial, see how it's darker? It was kind of grayish. So I feel like just a little bit of use, it'll be pretty clean. Oh, by the way, that Bluetooth thing, I just want to show you this end. So that end shows the Bluetooth information, and the Amazon didn't have it. So there you go. Plus, you know, obviously the big Bluetooth thing here, but yeah, you have to have agency approval, and they show they do here. All right, so what I want to show you is when you're in like this, the AC volts, you go to mode, and you see how it has duty cycle, AC voltage here, hertz up here. I really like how the display is so cool. Like, it just shows so much stuff, I think. Now, if you go to, okay, so we go back to here, and then if you go to max, you get your max, average, min. And look, here's peak. P max. So that's where it's going to catch that real fast glitch, you know, up to 250 microseconds short if there's something that comes up. Then you have your stop button, okay, the 4th button over. And then you have your close over here. You have a start. So to start, now it's looking, it's waiting, okay. So go back to max instead of peak, and then just stop it. And then we'll close. Well, see if we can hit save. And it says saved. But we'll just go close and close. So, yeah, I just think the menus are really cool. Now, they are a little bit different between the two. Actually, these look very similar in this particular case. Now, look, this one has graph, and I don't see the graph over here. Oh, maybe was I mistaken? Maybe this one has a graph and this one doesn't. They both have logging, but maybe this doesn't have the graph mode, because see, here's graph. No, I'm sure this one has graph too. Okay, so when you're in this mode here with your duty cycle, hertz, and AC, then it has a trigger function. And see, it goes plus minus. Okay, so for this one, I think to go into graph, you go menu, and then here's your recording. So you can go measurements, meter settings, recordings. So there's those three things you toggle through. So if we just say, let's enter that, start recording. So we'll say enter. And then look, save recordings, set up new recordings, delete recordings. So let's go to enter. So now we're, okay, we have a scale on this side where this one didn't have the scale. And we're just picking up gibberish because there's nothing connected. So it's high impedance. So maybe me even rubbing it can cause things. Wonder if, I don't know. So yeah, so anyway, it does show recording up here flashing. This guy, you just see it kind of coming across the screen. I see it coming across the 0 right across there. You guys see it? So I'll say stop. I'll say close. Okay, we're back to where we started. So I'll say stop and back or cancel. And then we're back. So yeah, I mean, if you can find this one, you know, maybe it's worth looking at it, but I'm just kind of showing it to you just as a comparison in case you've seen it before. So we have DC volts, mode, okay, AC and DC. So this meter, high-end meters, they will read AC. Let's say if you have 5 volts with some ripple on it, it'll show you 5 volts plus your ripple. So, and then you got your max. So then it'll do the min, max, and average. So you stop that, close it, and I go back to menu. And let's see if I go just to measurements this time. Saved measurements, deleted measurements. Let's go to saved measurements. See, here's different measurements I've saved. So let's open that one. And there you go. Pretty cool, right? So, you know, if you're in a place you like to save your measurements, keep them for later. And also you have the app. So we're going to look at that in a moment. So same kind of menus. I was just looking to see if something else popped up. Now on this one, we got AC or DC as far as modes go. And then hertz. Okay. Come up with the time, you know, time. So frequency, time, percentage. And if I hit max, then you get all that stuff. Stop it. Here's a start function, and we're going to say close. Now, here we have ohms, diodes, and all this stuff. Let's see. Okay, there's continuity test. All right, guys, I took out the 2 screws here, took out the battery, took out the 2 screws down here, and that's all I see. So let's see if it comes apart. Maybe if I pull on it. And there's either more screws in there or this thing just holds on super tight. All right, so I kind of pulled it from this side and I got it to come apart a little bit, so I just grabbed it here. All right, guys, so with the back off, I mean, look at this. This thing is made super rugged. I mean, big posts here for the screws, big ridges here, and it's got this curved shape, which I would think it would also make it very strong. Okay. And, you know, the rubberized plastic, right? Okay, so now when we look at the board here, I'll bring it up close. You can see one right off the bat, there's a battery here. That must be for that memory and backup and the clock and all that stuff. Then we have 3 large chips. This must be for the USB, this part up here. And then we got a couple chips, the big CADOC, you know, high res resistors, the nice fidelity resistors that you can see the different legs for different values. There's the battery terminals. And look at the large diodes. A lot of large parts in here. A lot of tantalum capacitors. All those brown things are tantalum capacitors. There's a crystal oscillator there. And look, they kind of goop up some of these protection diodes. And they really go the extra mile. There's a big through-hole diode there. Nice size through-hole resistor here. Yeah, that's a big resistor here. That's probably for the microamps, and this is for the amps, the 10 amp range. And then this is that cover. Whoops, I've taken the back off because we're going to take it completely apart. Man, that cap. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's the other fuse. Just leave that off for a moment. I had to take these terminals off. Hey guys, give me a thumbs up if you like it. It took me a lot of work to get all these screws out. So let's pull this out. Okay, first of all, see the gold fingers on the dial there? And here's the kind of silicone, whatever it is, with the carbon buttons. It's pretty typical of a lot of meters. But look at these. The terminals are inset into the plastic, so you're not going to get moisture or dirt, debris up inside your meter from there. Okay, I kind of guessed that I didn't have to take out these 4 screws because of where the display sits. And when I started taking one out, I could kind of see the plastic from the display protruding, into the hole, or, underneath the hole. So I was guessing that was display, so I left those on. And look at the large areas and all the cutouts for the voltage isolation. And then with that plastic cover that goes around this fuse, man. Wow, okay, there we go. There's all our protection devices. Look at these 4 PTCs. There's another 5th PTC up here, and they coat them. They put that rubber on them. Sometimes they can get brittle and they can break apart, so they protected them. But also, look at the protection diodes. They put like a rubber collar on them. You see that? So usually what happens to diodes is they short and then they'll crack apart right in the middle, and it's almost like they did that to kind of hold them together so that they don't, you don't get fragments fall all over the place. That looks very nice. And again, big old resistor here. They call these MELF resistors. They're almost like a through-hole resistor with surface mount legs on them. I mean, they're physically large. All right, guys, so one thing when I take these apart, I always hate to take this off just because sometimes there's not much to see on this side except for the display package. But it is kind of cool to see how they do a display package, especially a nice TFT display like this. But also, because I didn't see the protection guides, I thought we wanted to see this, and I was really happy to see this really interesting protection scheme. But the reason I hate taking them apart, because I always hate to get a fingerprint or dust particles on the inside, and I put it together and I can see it, and I'm like, ah. So one last blow off. Okay, then we drop this in, and it just like kind of falls into place. I think it's in there. And man, it's a nice snug fit, right, guys? I mean, I just think that these guys have learned how to do these things right. Now here, maybe this isn't, because of all these leads, maybe I haven't got this settled in right. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just had to get these lined up. There's a couple kind of holding up, but yeah, and then these things are soldered on pretty darn well, and there we go. I'm going to go ahead and put the screws on and all that stuff, and I'll be back. But I'm going to check that battery when we get back. All right, guys, so we're going to start looking at the top left of the board. We're going to look at the chips there, the speaker. We're just looking at the crystal, the battery. And you can see the main processing chip. And there's some voltage regulators here underneath the battery for the board. And see all the yellow capacitors? They're tantalum capacitors. They're expensive. More voltage regulators. And look at the big MELF diodes for the protection. Lots of big parts. Just more MELF resistors. And there's your crystal and another chip. The catalog resistors to the left. And here's protection diode. One thing I want you to look at is all the slots in the board. Another big resistor right there. Bunch of surface mount resistors. Some more big diodes for protection. And look at all the sense resistors, or the dropping resistors there. And look how the protection diodes are kind of glued or potted down. Lots of big parts. Just another view of the chips of Bluetooth circuitry. Main chip. You have to look at the part numbers to see what these chips do, but yeah, there's a lot of circuitry on this board. And there's a cat-ock resistor again. And on the other side, there's a large RC filter. This looks to me like an RC filter. Through-hole parts. Well, MELF resistor and a through-hole capacitor. Yeah, just a lot of MELF parts, big parts. The other side of the board looks nice and clean. A lot of cutouts for voltage isolation. Gas tubes for protection. And our PTCs. MELF resistor and some PTCs with gas tubes with all the cutout slots. Those slots cost extra because you have to route the board for those. Alright guys, so I want to just check this battery up here because who knows how long this thing's been stored and all that kind of stuff. I just want to see, I think, see one post over here. We have this in DC. Uh-oh. Am I making contact? Is that battery dead? I don't know if I have the right terminals, so I might pop out the battery just to measure it. Alright, there's that little spring on the top part. Just kind of push out of the way and the battery, uh-oh. You just push out of the way and the battery pops up. And look at that. That battery looks like it's dead. DOA. Okay, this is CR1220. You know, it's a 3-volt battery. It could have been in there for a long time. And, you know, the other battery wasn't installed. So I wonder if this is a backup. But when the other battery's not installed, maybe this guy's supplying all the current. And it's just trying to keep something stored here. And who knows how long this meter is made or how long ago. So, yeah, it's a good thing we checked that battery. But I did see on one forum where somebody said, well, my meter never keeps, even though they charge the battery, it never keeps the information stored. I'm like, well, that's because the BIOS or the memory chip inside has a backup battery. All right, turns out I don't have that battery. I mean, I have a few common cells, but not that little one. So, darn it. So going to try to publish this video today. Probably be another day. All right, guys. Took a couple days. Got some batteries. Let's take them out of the box and get one in that socket. All right. So, yeah, 10-pack. We'll see if this. Hopefully, this is the right battery. I paid a little extra. Tried to get it here early or quicker because I wanted to get this video out. Okay, there we go. All right, and all right, got a little battery in there. All right, guys, so let's just check, make sure the battery voltage is there in circuit. It is 3.33 almost, so that's great. Oh, good, so that's the plus. This is ground. Yep. All right, cool. We're good. All right, guys, let's go to continuity. So let's go to mode right here, and we see the the buzzer right there. So sounds nice and loud, right? Okay. Now let's go to diode mode, capacitor. Let's go to diode. Now you know, let's just get this other way. Sometimes when you check a shorted diode, you hear a beep. Sometimes you don't. And you don't on this, it just reads voltage. So I think a lot of times people don't like that buzzer, and so I think a lot of companies have taken that out because it's annoying to other people if you have cube mates or whatever that's just beeping all the time when you're checking a board. But let's check out this transistor, okay? So this is the collector, base, emitter, okay? So let's start off with the negative on the base. This is a NPN, so this should not turn on the diode. If we go to the collector, which is also the case. So it doesn't, it's open. Emitter, same thing, doesn't, okay? So now let's swap it. And let's go to the collector. We get 0.51 and essentially the same thing on that one. So we got the 2 PN junctions, so that transistor checks out good again. Okay guys, this is a 63 volt 330 microfarad, okay? So let's go back to the capacitor. And let's just see how fast this one is. There's the negative, the little stripes. I'm going to hold this on the negative. Now I already shorted them out, but let's go ahead and here we go. There we go. Not too awfully long. 372 microfarads. Okay. Short out the leads. Alright, so now we got a smaller cap, 68 nanofarad. Let's just see how fast this one reads. There we go. A couple of seconds, I guess. So there we go. That was reading good. So I do have this 0.05% tolerance resistors. And we could read a couple of resistor values. You know, these meters are always in calibration. I've never seen any that measure out. And have you guys seen any on any YouTube videos? Okay, 10.1. This one's 100 ohm. All right, and 10K ohm. I'm just kind of doing this just so you can kind of see the different ranges to see how many digits you get, what a measurement looks like. I mean, look at all those digits. 10K, pretty close to 10K, huh? You know, and the other thing is you should let it sit for just a moment to let it really calibrate itself. You can see how it's dropping right down, right? If I go back to, let's go back to the 10 ohm for fun. And I'll just hold it there for a moment. Alright, well, it looks like it's zeroed in. Okay, and what's the last one? 100K. I'm going to hold it for a moment. Alright, it's kind of just toggling between, so there we go. And 0.025%, 100K. And I do have this 6 mega ohm resistor from Simpson. You guys know Simpson, right? Some of you guys do if you're as old as I am. I'll hold it for a moment, see how close it gets to the 6 meg even. Pretty darn close, huh? So 6 meg resistor. Alright guys, and so for temperature, there we go, 77. If I go to mode, push that. Here's max. We got max, min, average. I can stop recording, can start again, or I can close it. And there's back to menu, so I can do a chart. You know, I can record stuff if I want to do that. And here's our little chart recorder. Alright guys, we're going to read some DC voltage. I just want you to be able to see what it looks like up close. Okay, I'm going to turn it up just small digits. Okay, I got 30 millivolts, I think. It says 283. Okay, so let me go up. I'll go to, let's see, there's 100 millivolts, I think. It says 972. Okay, let's go up a little higher. Look at all those digits, guys. So we went 50,000. Once we go to 50,000, we lost a digit, but we still have 3 digits. That's pretty amazing. Okay, let's go up higher. Look at this digits. I think that's pretty crazy. Okay. And as we get to 50,000 again, it drops a digit again. So 50 volts, we're still getting 2 digits. That's pretty sweet, right? I'll drop it real fast just to see how fast it goes. See the little bar graph down below? It changes really quick, right? I'm going to just kind of move it around so you can watch it bounce around. That's pretty nice. It's a fast meter. But now let's go to mode. And we got AC and DC. So looks like there's no ripple. It's a good clean power supply. Let's go to menu. And let's go to record. Let's go ahead and start that. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump around the voltage again. Okay, let me jump around the voltage again. And we're just kind of graphing what I'm doing here. Pretty cool, right? So if you're charging a battery, you're doing something, I mean, it's kind of nice. Alright guys, now we're reading the AC. I'm going to take it up in frequency. We're 1 kilohertz right now, okay? So a lot of meters right now would be going to 0.707, right? So let's go up. This guy's rated at 10K. I'm at 3K right now. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Then, okay, there's 3K, there's your 1 volt, and the duty cycles. And so now you can watch the frequency with me. It's nice to have that display, right? We're still at 1 volt. It's rated for 10K, so let's see. There's 10K, oh, or 11K, it's still 1. I saw this on the Amazon meter too. It goes well above the frequency it's rated. Starting to drop a little bit, but look, we're up to 17K, 18K. Look at that, 20K. So for audio work, look, we're still 0.98. So I mean, man, we've just barely dropped off a little bit. So let's go up a little bit higher. Okay, I'll go up a little faster and find 707. See where it actually, okay, right in there, right around 25K. So, rated for 10K, goes to 25. Pretty darn nice. Alright guys, I want to show you something else. We're back at 1 kilohertz, okay? It's not showing up. You know why? It's kind of interesting, right? We're getting almost 1 volt AC, but no frequency. So let's go to DC. And look, we got 5 volts DC. So this is a 5 volt line, but it says 5.2. So it's a little bit above 5 volts. So you're thinking like, wow, it should be 5. But, and let's go to max min. Look at that. So what's going on? Let's close that. Let's go to mode and check it out. We have 1 volt AC and 5.2 volts DC, because the 0.2 is the RMS of half of that ripple. So we got half a volt peak ripple. That comes down to pretty close to 2 volts RMS, or 0.2. So pretty neat, right? So that's the advantage of a high-end meter that can read both AC and DC at the same time. So you get the AC and the DC reading here, but up here you only get the AC ripple. Pretty cool, right? Alright guys, so what do you think? Pretty nice meter, right? Now let me talk about prices a little bit. The Southwire. Now, well, the Amazon meter, I think, I forget the price I got that for. It was under $100, like 85 bucks or something like that. And I bought 2 of them because I thought it was just a great sell. But yeah, anyway, so the Southwire, I found prices on eBay as low as $55, $54.98. Okay, I found them all over the place. I bought the 2 that came in the box. They're on sale for about $95. Okay, you can get lots of 8, which I'm tempted to buy one of those for $350. That's like, you know, $56 a piece or something. Is that right? Something like that. You can get a lot of 4 for $185. So that's like $80 a piece. So guys, these prices are crazy. Now, once the Southwires are gone and the Amazons are, I can't find them in. Well, you might be able to find them. I don't know. On eBay probably. But on Amazon you can get this one. You can get this one for $166. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put the links for the eBay ones, that if you guys want to snag them up. I'm kind of tempted to buy a lot of 4 so I can do giveaways, or I'm even thinking about just selling them, reselling them. Wait a little while until you can't get them anymore. I mean, the Peak Tech, it's selling for $530 US. So I mean, it's nice. I like the color scheme on the Peak Tech, and maybe it has a few differences from these, because it seems like after this one they added Bluetooth, and they kind of changed some of the other features. So they're all a little bit different, but they're all high-end meters. So, you know, what do you guys think? Can you find a meter at even double, say $200 that can do this? What do you think? Can you? 50,000 counts, reads AC and DC voltage. It does Bluetooth, data logging, graphing. Has a microamp, you know, milliamp and an amp setting. Guys, this thing is, and the menu system is really easy to drive, right? It's really intuitive. It's right there in front of you. So where you can save measurements and everything. What do you guys think? I think it's crazy. 2 big thumbs up to my patrons. I got fewer patrons than I've once had. Sign of the times, I think. Sounds like other YouTubers doing this kind of stuff, or even other channels I watch. Things aren't going, you know, so hot on YouTube these days. So that's too bad. But you can sign up, you know, just subscribe down below. That's a free way to support. There's a thank you button down there. Buy me a cup of coffee, that kind of thing. Patreon, and become a member of the channel. There's a little thing down there. I haven't had any new members for a long time. I think I'm still around 8, or I think I was up at 9. I think I'm down at 8 again. But yeah, so 2 thumbs up to my members. Thank you guys. And my team member, Danny, thank you. I got one of those. But guys, I just want to do this video real quick while you can still get these Southwires. I just think it's crazy that you can get a meter like this for under $100. I think that's nuts. Even at $166 price that Amazon has them. And like I say, I'll put links for the batteries if you want to buy an extra battery. They're like $20 to, there's a range of prices, 20 to twice that. I see the same number, it looks like the same manufacturer, so it just depends on who you buy them from, how much you pay. So it's right around $20, $21, I think, something like that. Put the link for that. I like the Southwire on the bag. That's really nice. It's a nice bag. Rechargeable battery. Man, I just can't say enough. Sorry, it's a long video. I really hate doing long videos. It takes me a lot of time. It's taken me a week to do this video, to do all the different camera things and to order batteries and all that. So give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Really appreciate it. It's pretty late tonight, but I just wanted to get this video out finally. So I'm going to go finish editing this. It's going to be in the wee hours in the morning. Got to get up to go to work. So thumbs up, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this meter. Hope you know, at the $530 price, it's better price than some other meters that we know. And it looks like it does more to me, right? Display's really nice in person. So, all right, guys, I've said enough. Just wanted to get this video out to give you a chance to buy these before they're gone. Okay? All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.